Hey everyone, my name is Lee. I am a psychic medium. So I'm going to be talking about reincarnation. I have had this requested from some of my people that follow me. So I just wanted to touch on it a little bit to share my experience and what I get from the spirit world. So a lot of us who have came here reincarnated, we have lived other lifetimes. Okay. A lot of us lived many different lifetimes. Some of us came in with much heavy karma than others. And it's all about a learning lesson. We come into this life to learn our lesson so we can eventually grow when we return back into spirit, when we return back to heaven, right? It's for the spirit to grow spiritually. We are sent back from the spirit world into the body to learn those lessons. So maybe at some point in a previous life, maybe you weren't like as emotional or compassionate. So in this lifetime, you might reincarnate to be a little bit more compassionate or a little bit more emotion, be maybe a little bit more nurturing. It all depends on what karma that you are carrying with you from past lives. So I know that my husband, he remembers I wouldn't say that he remembers some of his past lives, but he remembers before he was reincarnated, right? So he has like shared these experiences with me. And so has spirit. This is what we came into this lifetime to do, is to kind of like fill our void, right? Fill the karmic debt that we owe. Whether we, I wouldn't say void, but it's like, it's mostly about, I believe it's mostly about karmic debt. Maybe in a past life, you had enemies, okay? Or you done something wrong to somebody. And then this lifetime, that person comes back and does it to you, like something similar, not saying to you, the same thing, but something similar, because it's just like balancing out the scales. It's just karmic debt that's being paid, right? But one thing I wanted to touch on I was thinking about my husband. A lot of us are no stranger to twin flames or soulmates. And I do think we all come in with a purpose of filling our duties with our twin flame or a soulmate. I believe that soulmates are a much more flowing kind of relationship. It's a beautiful relationship with soulmates. Soulmates could be, anybody. They could be your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, friend, even an animal. Your twin flame is, somebody that you share the same soul with. Sometimes you reincarnate together. Sometimes you do not. Sometimes your twin flame remains in heaven while you're here. Yes, I've heard that already. So yeah, let me know if any of you guys have experienced anything like that before. Or if maybe you have experience with that, or somebody like maybe their twin flame did not reincarnate and here they're kind of like left doing it on their own, right? But that does happen from time to time. So basically, we all come into this life to grow spiritually, to balance out our karmic debt that we carry. Just like we try to strive to be better people while we're trying to be better spiritually. So that's my stance on reincarnation. Sorry if it's not a whole lot, but that's just what I get from everything. From spirit, from friends, from others who share their experiences with me over the years. A lot of people do remember their past lives. Some are born remembering their past life. Like I remember an experience where a little boy was born and he had remembered his past life in being in the Twin Towers during 9/11. and he had shared the whole experience, how awful it was. But he remembered he had a wife, he had children, he had all these memories that he carried with him into this lifetime. So yeah, there's a lot of very interesting stories out there. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Another thing I wanted to mention was my last video that I did. I talked about we're often born into the same soul family, right? So maybe you were your second great grandmother or something, and you reincarnated into this life to maybe balance out the scales with someone in your family. You know, if that's karmic debt that need to be paid, or to even improve a relationship, right? It's like, you know, I believe, okay, Jesus, we all know who Jesus is, okay? Jesus came here to earth. He incarnated, right? He came here to teach us all one thing, and that was love, okay? And he was teaching us how to get off of the wheel of karma, and that is by love. So maybe we're sent here to try to redo a relationship with a parent or a sibling or a grandparent or something like that by, you know, making that relationship loving and caring and to like just love on each other, right? Because maybe the last lifetime it didn't go so well, something like that. I do often pick up though that children who before they are born, they will often surround themselves around their mother. Like they will stay very close to their mother. I've had this experience happen to myself. A spirit of a little girl. She loves to be around me. She loves to observe. She wants to know what's going on. So yeah, a lot of times kids will just stay around their mother before they reincarnate just to observe, because a lot of them are obviously attached to their mom. But yeah, I found that children love to be connected to their mother, even spiritually, long before they're born. And we do pick our parents before we're born. So most of the time we do. So spirit will know who their mother and father is before they're even born. Like they'll make a like sort of like a soul agreement between the two. Like, you know, a mother and daughter might make a soul agreement to improve their relationship as mother and daughter in this lifetime if it was not so good in the last one, or something like that. But yeah, sometimes even kids, you know, if they feel as though that right now is not the right time to incarnate into that family, they could end up waiting several lifetimes. Not every spirit will incarnate right away. Not every spirit will reincarnate in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. Sometimes they will wait, sometimes a couple of lifetimes. So, I mean, honestly, if that was me, I probably would wait, you know, quite a while, like to take a break from life. But our whole goal here is to not keep reincarnating. That is the goal here. We don't want to keep doing that. We don't want to keep creating problems and issues in our life that's going to create more karma to deal with, because you're never going to get off that wheel of karma. So you always have to keep that in mind when you're dealing with someone. You're dealing with people in your family or whatever, you know, there's arguments or whatever. Just try to keep in mind, you know, try to make the peace, because we don't want to keep creating karma. That's something that we really do not want to keep doing. So anyway, that's just my experiences. I just wanted to share that with you all. And I hope this was of some help to you guys. If there is any other videos that you wish me to do, please let me know, and I would be more than happy to do them. Until next time, bye.